Welcome to The Explainer. Okay, we are diving into a completely fascinating story today about two village food vendors. And honestly, whether you're selling street food, managing a corporate team, or trying to launch a tech startup, the business lessons we're going to extract from this are just incredible.
But first, I want you to ask yourself something right now. How would you react if literally overnight your livelihood just completely dried up? What if the customers you relied on every single day suddenly stopped buying your product because of circumstances totally out of your control? Well, that is exactly the terrifying dilemma our protagonist is facing today.
Chapter 1: Adapting to Market Demands. So let's look at this stark contrast, because it really highlights what happens when a business gets stagnant versus one perfectly positioned for the moment. On one side, we have Madan. He sells vegetarian momos, and right now, his cart is empty, his hands are aching from chopping cabbage all day, and he's got absolutely zero customers. Why? Because the rainy season just hit the village. But on the other side, we have Jagu. Jagu sells steaming hot chicken biryani. He's dealing with massive crowds, counting stacks of cash, and his product is practically made for this weather. In this damp, cold season, the villagers are craving spicy, warm, non-vegetarian food. Almost instantly, Madan's core product has become completely seasonally irrelevant. Now, Jagu, instead of just quietly enjoying his monopoly, actually wanders over and drops this accidental masterclass on reading the market. He tells Madan, understanding what people want is the real business. Basically, Jagu is telling him that customer obsession is the whole ballgame. You can't just stubbornly sell what you feel like making. You actually have to listen to what the market is telling you it wants to buy. And surprisingly, this harsh feedback sparks a massive aha moment for Madan. Instead of, wallowing in self-pity or just blaming the rain for his empty cart, he actually internalizes the criticism. He realizes, if I want to run my house, I have to change. He consciously chooses proactive adaptability over just playing the victim. Which brings us to Chapter 2, Product Pivot and Innovation. So what does Maiden do? Early the next morning, without telling a single soul, he takes a secret trip to the local market. He takes his existing superpower, his skill at making momos, and combines it with the village's undeniable craving for chicken. And he invents the special Desi chicken momos. It's a brand new product for this village. We're talking a thin flour layer stuffed with spicy minced chicken, steamed to absolute perfection, and served with this fiery red chutney. He's directly answering exactly what the market is asking for. And this right here perfectly illustrates just how ruthless and immediate innovation can be. The village head, the sarpanch, tries the new dish, is totally blown away, and word spreads like wildfire. Instantly, the whole village flocks to Madan's cart, and the result? Jagu's booming biryani sales are immediately cut in half, a 50% drop. Just like that, innovation disrupts the status quo. Chapter 3: Toxic Competition. Things are about to take a really dark turn. Let me walk you through this sequence because it genuinely plays out like a thriller. Jago simply cannot handle losing his monopoly. His jealousy turns completely toxic. Picture this. It's midnight, there's a massive thunderstorm, and Jagu, along with his accomplice Mungu, sneak over and unlock Madan's cart. They literally tamper with his fresh ingredients, poisoning their rival's supply chain. The very next afternoon, when Madan opens his steamer, this foul, bitter smell just hits the market. Customers are instantly disgusted. By evening, his sales are totally dead, and Madan is forced to shut down for the day. But I want you to look closely at Madan's integrity in this moment. He is under massive pressure to just sell the food anyway, to pretend nothing happened, and avoid a huge financial loss. But he flat out refuses. He chooses to absorb that devastating hit rather than risk the health of his customers with tainted food. He protects his consumers even when his own business is under a direct, unfair attack. That is true character. Chapter 4: Setting the Strategic Trap. Madan decides to fight back, but with brains, not brawn. He sets this incredibly clever three-step trap. Step 1. He heads to the local tea stall where he knows everyone is listening and loudly plants a fake rumor. He brags that he just bought this highly secure city safe with a secret passcode and hid it under his cart to protect his meat. Step 2. That night, he hides in the pitch black behind a huge banyan tree, but crucially, he brings the village sarpanch along as an authoritative witness. Step 3. At 1 a.m., the tension is peaking. Jagu and Mangu creep up to break into this fake safe, and boom, Madan and the sarpanch ambush them, catching them perfectly in the act.
The Sir Punch steps right out of the shadows and delivers this amazing piece of dramatic irony. Jagu starts stammering, lying that he was just looking for a stray animal in the rain, and the Sir Punch just shuts him down instantly. You didn't come to see an animal. You came to ruin Madan's business. Caught totally red-handed, Jagu's toxic mindset is exposed to everyone, and he immediately turns on his buddy Mungu, proving for sure that there is zero honor among thieves.
Chapter 5, our final phase, emotional intelligence and true synergy. So, the village council is furious. They want to banish Jagu from the market entirely. This would ruin him financially forever. But Madan steps up and does the absolute unthinkable. He actively pleads with the panchayat not to banish his rival. He realizes that destroying Jagu wouldn't just hurt Jagu, it would end up starving his innocent family. This right here highlights Madan's immense emotional intelligence. He makes a conscious choice to break the cycle of enmity.
Let's just pause for a second and compare these two mindsets, because it's wild. Look at Jagu. His reaction to the market shifting was arrogance. His action when challenged was destructive sabotage, and his ultimate goal was a toxic monopoly. Now look at Madan. His reaction to failure was rapid innovation. His action was proactive problem solving, and as we're about to see, his ultimate goal becomes collaboration.
Because of Madan's empathy, the panchayat delivers this brilliant verdict of forced synergy. First, Jagu has to work at Madan's cart for a whole month without pay, just to understand the value of honest labor. Second, he has to give half of his own briyani earnings to cover the financial loss he caused. But here is the ultimate plot twist. This forced restitution actually transforms into a highly profitable partnership. Jagu starts helping steam the momos using his speed, while Madan uses his mastery of spices. They end up creating a booming joint venture where both the biryani and the momos sell out completely, and they feed the whole village better than ever before. It's just a spectacular turnaround from absolute zero. So I want to end today's explainer with a provocative thought for you to carry forward. In your own life, in your daily challenges, when you're faced with a threat, a shifting market, or a fierce rival, are you going to choose the path of toxic competition, or will you apply Madan's framework and embrace the massive power of collaborative synergy? Because that choice dictates not just your success, but your legacy. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you on the next one.